Okay, we're going to finish up our unit on solids with spheres, and we will talk about the volume and the total surface area of a sphere. There can be no lateral surface area of a sphere, because remember, lateral surface area is just around the outsides, not including the bases, which would be the top and bottom. Well, what would be the base of a sphere, since it's a round ball like a basketball or a baseball or a soccer ball, something round. So we are only going to do total surface area and volume because that's the only thing that you can find with the sphere. Okay, so we're going to start with volume, and from your formula chart, volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. And so I really only need to figure out what my radius is. It's really easy. I'm going to find my radius and then I'm just going to plug it into my calculator and find it. So the radius of this sphere is 9. So in my calculator, I'm going to go 4/3 times, I'm going to use the pi button on the calculator, and then times 9 cubed. And I'm going to round to the nearest hundredths place, which is 2 decimal places. So 4/3 times, to get pi, you have your pi button, you know where that is, times 9 cubed. Well, and so what you get is 3,053 and 63 hundredths. And since it is volume, it's cubic, so kilometers cubed. Pretty simple. I can also leave it in terms of pi. That means I would go 4/3 times 9 cubed and put the pi on the end. And we like doing that because it's pretty easy. But with this formula, just plug it in your calculator. Okay, so let's find the volume. I'm going to use the same formula, 4/3 pi r cubed. But I have to find the radius. 8.4 is clearly not the radius, it's the diameter. And so the radius is half of the diameter. So half of 8.4 would be 4.2. So in my calculator, I'm going to go 4/3 times pi times 4.2 cubed. And it's going to be that simple, 4/3 times pi times 4.2 cubed. And we're going to go to 2 decimal places, so I get 310 and 34 hundredths yards cubed, or cubic yards. Alright, so simple, we're just going to plug it into the calculator. Same thing for surface area. The formula for surface area is 4 pi r squared. So really all I have to do is find my radius, and then I'm just going to plug it in the calculator. I use the same spheres here. So the radius for this one is 9. So in my calculator, I'm going to go 4 times pi times 9 squared. So 4 times pi times 9 squared. And I'm going to go 2 decimal places. So the surface area of the sphere is 1,017 and 88 hundredths, and it's square kilometers or kilometers squared because it is an area. So it's the covering on the outside of the sphere. Okay, I'm going to use my same formula, 4 pi r squared. So I need the radius. Since the diameter is 8.4, that makes the radius 4.2. So in my calculator, I'm going to go 4 times pi times 4.2 squared. I'm going to go 2 decimal places. And so the total surface area of this sphere is going to be 221 and 67 hundredths square yards, or yards squared, because it is area. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You're just plugging in the number into the formula. I would say spheres are the easiest ones for us to do because we don't have to identify the base and find the area of the base or the perimeter of the base and determine what the height is or the slant height. All we have to do is figure out what the radius is and then plug that radius into our calculator. Make sure that you do a quick summary of the video on your notes and to write at least one question, either something you need clarified about the sphere or maybe a question that you think I should ask the class.